time of filming, there was still a horse in the hospital.
Hello, and welcome back to our podcast. This is Incoming. I'm one of your hosts, Laurel.
I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Jenna. And today we're going to start off with a quick little Charlie Gillespie update. He is now on my list because he posted a TikTok of him playing guitar to his song on Julian Phantom's called Perfect Harmony. And he was just like, hold on, wait, this is the first part, blah, 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 whatever. And I commented something. I was just like, Charlie, I love you, but I bully you on my account with Maddie's encouragement, but it's fine, I love you. And the audacity of this white man, the audacity of him to comment, all I see is love there. I'm like, sir, I know you didn't just click on my account. I know you didn't just do that. This feels like a threat. Anyway, Charlie is now on my list. Charlie, if you're listening, you have poked the bear. I will end you. That is all.
Okay. I would just like to add to this Charlie conversation that while Jenna was speaking, Jasmine sent in the group chat a picture of Charlie Gillespie, and now I'm going to need significant time to recover before I can continue. Thank you, Jazz. Really not nice of you.
Speaking of men we're simping for recently.
Great transition.
Let's talk about the United States election. That was
not where I thought you were going, to be honest.
Hey, let's talk about Anderson Cooper, Chris Cuomo, Don Lemon, Phil Mattingly,
Jake Tapper.
I do love Jake Tapper. Poor Jake Tapper, honestly. Just the fact that during all of this, he simultaneously just had to deal with so much.
He had to capture the heart of America. His name's Jacob. I love the tabs I have open right now. Just Xfinity Stream, election results, Rick Santorum.
Would love to also talk about how Jake Tapper just simply had to deal with the fact, I don't even know this man's name, but he broke this man on live television when he informed him that you did not have to swear on the Christian Bible.
Oh my god. The Roy Moore campaign, I think.
That was one of the most entertaining things I've seen this
And he
week.
was like, Trump swore on the Bible? Yes, because Trump is a Christian.
Like, they need to give this man a raise just for having to deal with that alone.
Doesn't make enough.
No, he really doesn't.
With every day that passes on election coverage, Jake Tapper just looks more and more sad.
This poor man, like, I love that we're just, like, in election week. I saw a tweet I found really funny. It was from the country that brought you 6 months of April. Now, welcome to 3 weeks of election. Or what was it? It was 3 days of Tuesday.
I mean, I was shocked to find out today is Friday.
I know. I've been having a little trouble keeping track of the
Jenna
days.
texted me, and when she texted us, and she was like, "Oh, are we ready to film?" I was like, "It's not Friday."
The only reason I know it's Friday is because I have to leave school today.
I was like, it's how we don't have to film for another 3 days. No.
But I don't know. This election has been so taxing.
I know. Like
I've lost so much sleep.
My sleep schedule is completely gone. Because the first night, I was up until, 5 in the morning. And then I slept until, 1. And then I was up again that whole night. And then, it just started.
And then, last night, I was up, late, because we weren't sure if Georgia was going to be able to call it last night. And I'm wide awake this morning at 8:30.
Oh my god, I was so happy that I was awake when Georgia flipped. I was the pure serotonin it brought me.
I wish I was awake when Georgia flipped. But when I woke up and I saw the text in the group chat that said Georgia and Pennsylvania had flipped, my eyes were barely open. I had to go to a class and I was like, I thought I was like still kind of dreaming because especially because like I sleep with an eye mask on, so when you open your eyes, even if it's dark, it like hurts. And I was like, what's going on right now? And then I went to the election results and I saw Georgia and Pennsylvania being blue and I was like, oh my god. And then I skipped my class.
Honestly, last night was a roller coaster.
I can't even believe that Georgia is blue right now, like this late in the election. I still feel like it's a joke. I obviously want Biden to win Georgia, but it feels like a
And like
joke.
literally it's now like any minute they're just gonna break it and be like, it's official.
It's crazy. That is crazy. But then we're gonna have to deal with the large orange crybaby
No,
that
the
is in the White
trespasser.
House. The obese turtle on its back.
The horse in the hospital.
Yes, the horse is. We're gonna get the
There is
horse
no
out of the
longer a
hospital.
horse in the hospital, people.
Hell yeah,
You like
baby.
my
Let's
little
not
official
jinx
voice
that,
there?
but yeah.
Let's discuss our favorite CNN headlines right now.
I know mine. I know exactly what mine is. Please hold.
I also know what it is.
I know exactly what mine is.
Jazz, go.
Mine is Trump aides fear that Biden's remark will prompt Trump to speak.
Oh, that one was so good. Like,
They were just terrified.
mine was Trump says he'll go to Supreme Court. Unclear why.
Personally, I like Trump complains that mail-in votes are being counted.
Like, it's so much. It's really just so much. Like, the fact that those headlines even exist.
And they're not that wild in comparison with the other stuff we've heard.
It's so funny. Unclear why. Did you guys see Greta Thunberg's I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Did you see her tweet?
Oh my god,
Yeah.
she's playing the long game with that one.
Oh, she was. That was so funny. For those of you who did not see Greta's tweet, when Donald Trump tweeted "Stop the count," she quoted it with something that Trump had said to her in December of 2019 and said, "So ridiculous. Donald must work on his anger management problem, then go to a good old-fashioned movie with a friend. Chill, Donald, chill." I just know she was waiting for the moment she could use this.
I read a tweet that said Greta was Biden her time.
Oh my god.
I appreciated that tweet. That tweet was so funny.
There's been so many good like tweets, TikToks, like memes that have come out of this election. And I just think it's such a good representation of how Gen Z deals with shit.
Because we're just like, yeah.
We're just like, yep, comedy. That's what we're gonna do.
Can we talk about the Nevada memes?
Oh my god, they're so funny.
It's literally like that scene from Zootopia.
It literally is.
Like,
Nevada really thinks they're the main character right now.
they are not. You know who also thinks they're the main character right now? Alaska. What is Alaska doing right now?
What is going on?
I think they're doing by being like, no.
Literally, like 12 people live in Alaska. No offense if you're from Alaska, but 12 people live there. What is taking you so goddamn long?
They're literally 50%. I just looked this up. They're currently 50% reporting, with Donald Trump having 62.1% of the vote. Like,
and what is that number? What is, like, how many votes are there?
118,602 votes.
That's more than I expected, to be honest.
Like, I'm
and that's 50% reported?
This is 50% reporting.
What's the population of Alaska? Someone look that up, Jazz.
Didn't someone say that Alaska wasn't even going to start counting the mail-in votes until like next week?
They're at 731,545 as of 2019.
Holy shit. That's way more than I thought. The only thing I know about Alaska, and stay with me on this.
Oh no, this is not going well.
I don't even know that much about this, but just from my memory from 4th grade. In 4th grade, in my school, we did this project. They have, like, a dog race thing there, like, they get pulled by the dogs on the sleds. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yep.
And in 4th grade, for some reason in my computer class, like, this race was happening at the same time I had this computer class. And the one project we did for the whole semester was track this dog race. And we each had to pick our own person that, like, we wanted to follow, and we had to say, like, what place they came in, like. And so then I learned basically the whole map of Alaska and where and how this dog race happened. And the dude that I picked won. So that's where my ego problem started.
Can we also talk about how Alaska is just gigantic?
It really is. It has no business being that large.
Like, it's just huge. Like, I think that's why we don't think about how big Alaska is because, you know, we always see it and it's like the size of, like, you know, the rest of the states. No. It is like I think it's like half the size, a quarter of the size of the United States. Like the continental United States. I don't know.
That's how big it is?
Yeah, it's huge.
It's like as big as Texas or bigger.
Yeah, here, let me look this up.
While you're looking this up, I would just like to interject that there has been this man from my high school Snapchatting me for literally 2 months. I have not answered him once. And he just, like, DM'd me. Like, fucking leave me alone. Take a hint. And he dated one of my friends. Well, she's not really my friend, but yeah, she is. But they dated for a long time, and I really would just like to be excluded from this narrative.
Okay, from what I can tell from Google, Alaska is about the size of Mexico.
Holy shit. That seems wrong to me. Like, how is that possible?
Like, from this picture that I'm looking at, the top of, like, like, the most northern part to, like, this most southern part goes from the part of Texas that's I don't know how to describe it. The part of Texas that's by Mexico?
Okay.
That was a bad example.
I don't know what you're trying to say right now.
Like, they're the same, like, lengthwise, almost.
Okay. Like, Texas and Alaska, or Mexico and Alaska?
Mexico and Alaska.
Okay. Damn. So, like, is Alaska... This is gonna be a dumb question. But I obviously know that Alaska is connected to, like, Canada. So is Alaska, like, the same length as Canada? Like, you know what I mean? Because it's, like, connected to Canada, so I don't know, like...
No.
More Canada, like, above Alaska? You know what I mean?
Alaska is above, like, you know how there's, like, British Columbia?
Mm-hmm.
The most northern part of Alaska, the most southern part of Alaska, is, like, where, like, the most northern part of British Columbia is.
Okay.
So it's like half the length of Canada.
All right, that makes sense.
So
okay, I'm going to interject just to say that I've been trying to send this picture of Alaska compared to the size of the continental United States for the last 5 minutes, and it just won't send into our group chat.
I got it twice.
I also got it twice.
What? It says not delivered on my phone.
Well, I got it. And wow, Alaska is huge. For some reason, I did not think Alaska was this big. I thought Alaska was kind of small, to be honest. Maybe I'm just dumb.
Oh, Laurel, here's another fun fact. Alaska is also super, super, super close to Russia because of those small islands.
What?
Mm-hmm. Hence Sarah Palin, I can see Russia from my backyard.
Oh, God. Okay.
Let me find that exact quote. Sarah Palin, Russia.
I remember, this is so, like, random, but I just remember when Bristol Palin was on Dancing with the Stars. And she was like, I, like, kind of liked her. I was, like, 8. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, she's cool. And then she was not good. And she was partners with Mark.
Oh my god, she was? Oh my god, she was!
Yeah. I know my Dancing with the Stars knowledge. Yeah, she's partners with Mark. And I remember this one dance they did a cha-cha. and she wore this terrible, it was the ugliest dress I've ever seen. It was like a cha-cha dress, and it had like all the beads. I'm pretty sure it was orange, and it was so ugly, and it did not complement her skin tone at all. It was actually probably one of the ugliest dresses I've ever seen on that show, and I've seen a lot of ugly.
Oh. Can we talk about how the international date line goes around Alaska?
I know. I was going to say. So I just found a picture of a map. So it's not those tiny islands off the tail of Alaska that's close to Russia. It's like actual Alaska that's close to Russia.
Like here, let's see how far is Alaska? I love the total tangent this conversation has gone off on.
I know. Alaska is so weird.
Russia and Alaska are 55 miles apart.
That's it?
55?
55.
No, that seems wrong.
From the narrowest distance between mainland Russia and mainland Alaska is approximately 55 miles. However, in the body of water between Alaska and Russia, known as the Bering Strait, there lies two small islands known as the Big Diomede and the Little Diomede. So yeah, now I want to know who owns the Big Diomede. Big Diomede, who do you belong to? Oh, half of Big Diomede belongs to the US, and half of it belongs to Russia.
That feels like it could cause a lot of problems later on.
Well, I mean, Putin isn't going to be around much longer.
Is that confirmed? Is that like an actual thing now?
I don't know. I had to get most of my information about it through tweets about Supernatural. So
I also saw that, and I also don't understand it whatsoever.
Like, Twitter was just popping. Like, it just was a mess.
Like, so much happened on Twitter last night that people just couldn't handle it.
Okay. Sorry. The Big Diomede is Russian, and the Little Diomede is from the United States.
All right. I like where this conversation is heading.
So basically, there's two of them. Ironically enough, the Little Diomede was featured in the first episode of Full Circle with Michael Palin. Does he have any relation to, you know?
Let's Google it. Michael Palin.
Ironically enough, it seems as if there is no relation to Sarah Palin. Yep. Michael Palin, no relation to Sarah Palin. Just both have a lot to do with Alaska. Huh. Who'd have thought?
We talk about Alaska surprisingly often.
We do. Because, we have Miss Lassie Doors over here.
Miss Lassie Doors.
See, it's not fun because she can't yell at us immediately.
Because she can't yell at us immediately, that means we can say whatever we want.
Exactly. Well, Joe Biden is leading in key battlegrounds, including Pennsylvania, as vote counting continues. Here's where the race stands now. That's nice.
Oh, that's how this conversation started.
That's right. That's what this had to do with everything. Joe Biden. That's how we got to Alaska. Because Alaska thinks they're the main character.
Who would have thunk that the election would have gone down to this?
Not me.
Because on Tuesday, everyone was just like, oh, we have to watch Wisconsin and Michigan. We have to watch those two states. Those two states could decide the fate of the election. No. They were out season one. Season one, they were already gone. Their time had gone and passed. All of a sudden, we have to look at Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada. 4 states you wouldn't think to look at.
I know. Why are we here? How did we end up here?
How did we get here?
Where do we come from? Where did we go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
I don't know.
We have to copyright that, don't we? I had to cut that out.
I don't know. Does that count?
I don't know. Let's look up copyright laws. Does singing a song Is singing a song copyright infringement? The composition is still copyrighted, so cover songs posted without permission are copyright infringing. You will likely get a copyright. Okay, we're gonna cut that out.
How does that even work?
I don't
You
know.
know?
All I did was, who even wrote that song? Cotton eyed. Cotton eyed. Oh, okay. Cotton Eye Joe was written and performed by Rednecks.
Oh.
Rednecks, Rednex. It's a Swedish music group.
What?
They're from Sweden.
Who's from Sweden?
Rednecks.
What?
Were you not paying attention
I'm
to?
on the phone.
The singers of Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh my god, I just heard that song literally like an hour ago.
Yeah, their only albums are as follows. 30 Stars 90s. This is 90s. Manly Man Remix Friendly. Wait, they get worse. Inbred with Rednecks.
What?
Best of the West. Sonia Delari, I think. Music
You're lying.
The Cotton Eye Joe Show, Farm Out, and quite possibly the best name of them all, Sex and Violins.
Oh my god. There's no words to even describe the range of emotions I just felt hearing
They
that.
also had an unreleased album called Saturday Night Beaver.
Saturday Night Fever?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? That reminds, like, I shouldn't even say this, but it just reminds me of when Glee did an episode where they did the Saturday Night Fever album and they called it Saturday Night Gleaver. Oh.
One of the other hits of Rednecks is Football is Our Religion.
Oh my
Oh,
god. And they're from
also-
Sweden?
Yep.
They sound pretty American. They sound like they could be straight out of Nebraska.
Oh,
or
they
Oklahoma.
also did a cover of Raise Your Glass.
I'm so scared of that.
Listen, I'm just like thinking about this, and like I'm gonna assume that Laurel had heard none of the previous conversation.
I didn't.
So like all she knows is that we were talking about Alaska, and then all of a sudden we're talking about Cotton Eye Joe.
This is true. That is all I know. You
And
guys
there's like just no clear.
I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna hop into this conversation.
This is a mess. That's what this is.
So
I don't even know how we got here.
can we bring it back down to the election?
I don't.
We did briefly talk about it before we suddenly went to copyright. You know, we did talk about the election, and then we started singing Cotton Eye Joe for some reason, and then it went into what are the copyright laws?
And then here we are.
Cotton Eye Joe is like the perfect bar mitzvah song. Like,
Okay.
like this is. I'm just thinking of this because I was just on the phone with my grandma, and she was telling me how one of my cousins is like getting bar mitzvah soon. And so now that we're talking about Cotton Eye Joe, I'm thinking about like when they play the Cotton Eye Joe at like bar mitzvahs because I slay the Cotton Eye Joe. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really good at it. I won a Cotton Eye Joe contest one time.
What is a cotton?
What does that even mean? What is a Cotton Eye Joe contest?
And guys, I don't know if this is a like nationwide chain.
Not. It's not.
Clearly, it's not.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if this place is a nationwide chain. Have you ever been to Sky Zone or heard of it?
Like is that like the trampoline?
Yeah, the trampoline park.
Yes.
So
Wait, I'm sorry, that just started up so weird. Okay, I'm gonna tell you about the Cotton Eye Joe contest. Have you ever heard of this trampoline park?
because so I went to Sky Zone with my friends this one night, and it was like glow in the dark night, whatever. And they charge you so much at Sky Zone, but whatever. And so at like they had like a DJ at this Sky Zone, and they had a Cotton Eye Joe contest, and if you won, you got your like ticket refunded, and I won.
Okay, but what did the contest consist of?
Doing the Cotton Eye Joe, obviously.
The dance?
Yes, the dance. What else would it be?
I'm so.
You know the dance, right? Like, you know the dance.
No.
You don't know the dance?
No.
Are you kidding me?
No.
You know there is a dance to it though, right?
Kind of. Like, I know that there's a dance, but I just don't know what it is.
Oh my god. Okay, so you clearly did not have the same education as me in public school.
No.
I went to Catholic school.
So in my middle school, like there was literally a whole like part of gym where we just learned how to do like party dances. I'm from New Jersey, so maybe this
Wait,
makes
we
sense.
did that too. We learned the cha-cha slide, the Cupid shuffle.
Yeah, no, we learned those too, but we also learned the Cotton Eye Joe.
Huh.
But the Cotton Eye Joe is easy. It's like your right foot, and then you tap your heel in front of you twice, and then your toe behind you twice, and then it's like you tap in the front again, and then you cross your leg over the front and you touch it, then you tap on the floor again, you cross your leg in the back and you touch it, and then you like side step around and you like twirl, and then you just, it's fun. It's really fun, and I'm really good at it. It's ingrained in my brain.
You know, I feel like this could just be explained by looking at where we grew up, because Laurel grew up in this very, very small town Republican community.
At the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, at the Jersey Shore. And then there's me, who literally lives on the other side of the country, near very liberal Bay Area, near San Francisco. I'm just like, what is happening?
Yeah, no, my education and life has been very interesting being from where I'm from. It's just quite a, I don't even know how to describe it. Like if you've seen the show Jersey Shore, I live 20 minutes away from Seaside Heights and I live 5 minutes away from Belmar. So like if you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about.
I like how I texted into the group chat. I was just like, okay, what's our plan for this podcast? We're going to talk about Charlie Gillespie a little, and then we're going to talk about mostly CNN and the election. No, that's not what happened.
Here we are talking about the Cotton Eye Joe.
This is a real good summary of us. We can never just stay on one topic.
Like,
Okay, so let's talk about Harry Styles.
No, let's talk about Phil Mattingly, okay?
Okay, we can talk about Phil Mattingly.
Oh, I was just kind of joking because it was like referring back to.
Oh, okay. All right, well, Phil Mattingly is hot. Anyway, we'll talk about Harry Styles.
Him, Chris Cuomo.
Okay, but Phil Mattingly, I can only deal with Phil Mattingly if it's the side profile.
I can only deal with him if he's giving me good news because he just tells it how it is. John King will be like, this is bad, but there is this 0.00001% chance that something good could happen. And it's like, John.
Also, where is John King? Is he okay? I turned on CNN earlier and Phil Mattingly was on with Anderson Cooper. I was just like, where's the other guy in John King? Is John King okay? Did he finally give up?
Did he just
John
collapse?
I really think it's important to note the jokes that CNN has and their catchphrases, such as "Where's the beef?" Such as the Commonwealth, such as gravy.
It just, we'll just be sitting there and they'll be like, the Commonwealth of beef gravy, and they'll be like, what?
It really started to go downhill when Jake Tapper just was like, chef's kiss.
It did, and that was like the first night.
And after that, well, yeah, basically.
Like, what is, I don't get the Commonwealth joke. Where did that come from? Because I remember, like,
I looked this up actually. So the Commonwealth of Virginia, because that's where it started. They kept saying the Commonwealth of Virginia. And so I looked it up because I was like, what the fuck are you saying? So the Commonwealth is a term used by only 4 of the 50 states in their like official state names. And it's Kentucky, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. And it's like a term for like a political community. It's kind of confusing, but it's like about, I don't know. I really don't know. I didn't get it that much, but I was like, okay, sure. It was like from colonial status or something. I have no fucking clue.
Oh, so it's like one of those colonies things.
Yeah, it's something from then.
Tennessee
Which
was a colony.
Okay.
just silence.
Dead silent.
Oh my god.
I will never forget watching CNN, and then I think it was either Nia Malika or Abby Phillip who said they were talking about Pennsylvania, and then they go, sorry, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, Jake Tapper, don't come at me, or something like that. I'm just like, what is this
And
joke?
just everyone burst into laughter.
I
Yeah,
don't understand why it's so serious. Like, why do they have to say it every time? Like, nobody in their day-to-day life walks around like, oh yeah, I'm going on a vacation. Oh, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to the Commonwealth of Virginia. Like, no, you just say Virginia.
Yeah.
You know? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, give it up.
I love how this podcast has just been completely derailed.
It has been. We had 3 talking points, and we're on our 6th. So how about that Harry Styles guy?
Harry Styles! Yeah, let's talk about it. First of all, we can't even start this conversation without mentioning how good he looks on the set of Don't Worry, Darling. Have you seen the pictures?
Oh,
The hair. It's the hair, like just slicked back. Or like not even slicked back, but down. Ugh. He's so pretty. And then like, oh my god. He wasn't in costume, but those pants, did you see the pants he wore? They were
mhm,
like, do you know what I'm talking about? The
mhm,
one he wore with the white shirt that said don't trip.
mhm.
Those pants, I want them, first of all. He's just, oh my god, I love Harry Styles so much. Did you see the wedding ring for his character?
I know.
Oh my god. Can you believe that Florence Pugh, like, first of all, what an icon. Florence Pugh, okay, I need to calm down for a second. Florence Pugh got to kiss Timothy Chalamet and Harry Styles. Can you even imagine how I feel?
You want to be her, don't you?
I would love to be her. And you know what? She was a fan of One Direction. Like, there's a picture of her with, like, cardboard cutouts. I. Like, God, I see what you've done for others. Let me have that, please. Because, just, like, what? I would love to be her. First of all, she's so pretty. Second of all, I don't even know what's second. I don't even know. But, and then, she makes out with Timothy Chalamet, Harry Styles, and then she dates Zach Braff. Are you fucking kidding
I
me?
know.
Like, really, Florence Pugh? You could do so much better. And, like, no hate to them because, like, whatever. But she's just, like, so, like, Florence Pugh is, like, God tier. I just don't understand. She's so talented. She's so pretty. She looks nice. Like she looks like she was fun. And she just dates Zach Braff. It's so concerning to me. Like I feel like I should check in and be like, blink twice if you need help. You know?
Yeah.
But like now I'm sad because the Don't Worry Darling set has been shut down due to COVID. Someone has COVID on the set. And that is tragic. And I just know that this movie is gonna be so good because Florence Pugh, Harry Styles, Florence Pugh, Harry Styles, Chris Pine, Kiki Lane. Oh my god, who else is in it? Is Gemma Chan in it? I think she is.
Isn't Dakota Johnson in it?
No, she had to drop out.
This is heartbreaking.
It was heartbreaking. but there's so many good people in it, and Olivia Wilde is directing it, and she directed Booksmart, which I know you have a problem with, Jas, because you can't suspend reality for fucking 2 hours.
I just said it felt a little unrealistic for a coming
It's
of age movie. But it's
a movie.
But it's a coming of age movie. They're supposed to be relatable. It didn't feel that relatable and realistic. But I said it was an overall, it was very good. It's in my top 10 of all time.
So you watch movies to be realistic?
No, I just expect movies that when I watch them, it stays true to the genre.
So you think that every coming of age movie is realistic?
Well, it should be.
None of them are realistic.
Name one.
Almost Famous.
I pictured.
You got nothing to fucking say, do you? Because you know it's true.
Wasn't Almost Famous based on a true
Yeah,
story?
wait
though?
a minute.
Fuck.
Almost Famous is based off of a true story.
You find Almost Famous to be realistic to you, Jas?
It's based off of a true story.
But is it realistic to you?
It doesn't matter what I think. It's based off of a true story.
Exactly. It doesn't matter what you think.
There's Almost Famous is not a coming of age. Almost.
Yes, it is.
Almost Famous is a. It's a dramedy. It's a drama comedy.
The director, I listened to a podcast, described it as coming of age.
It literally says right here that it's a drama comedy.
I heard it out of his mouth.
It says drama comedy.
I heard it from the director's mouth, Jas. It doesn't matter what you're reading on Google. He said it is a coming of age film.
Either way, it's based off of a true story. So I could be like, oh, you know, it's unrealistic, it's unrealistic. It doesn't matter because it's based off of a true story.
I don't think I've watched many coming of age movies where I was like, yeah, that's exactly how it is. One. I've watched one.
Which one?
Lady Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't think a coming of age movie needs
coming
to
of
be
age movies.
I just don't think they need to be realistic. I think they're just fun. And I think the real goal of a coming of age movie is to capture the spirit of what it's like to be young, not to tell a realistic story, because nobody wants a realistic story, in my opinion. Just listen to what I'm saying. In my opinion, I'm going to a movie so I don't have to see my real life reflected. Like, I know what my real life is, you know?
Yes, I know, but I'm just saying it didn't feel believable.
That makes no sense. Like, that does not make any sense to me. Hold on. I need to go onto your letterbox for a minute.
You want to know what the most unrealistic part of that movie was?
What?
You want to know?
Yeah, I would love to know.
That Ryan is straight.
Oh my god.
You cannot look at that woman and tell me.
So, alright. I'm so pissed. Let's just sort by...
While you two figure that out, do you want to know how I feel about coming of age movies?
Sure. Go ahead. And then I will come back.
My problem with the popular coming of age movies is that they're all white people.
You're right.
That's why it feels so unrealistic, because white people are just another level. And I would also like to clarify, by white people, I don't mean all Caucasian people. I mean those white people.
But because I look in every movie.
Because, like, I look at white people in a movie and I go, you know, your problems could have all been avoided if you just weren't stupid.
Exactly.
But I also think that even casting, like, people of color, they're going to give them the same problems, you know? Because you have to create conflict, even if it's stupid conflict.
We stand, though.
Okay, Jenna, have you watched Booksmart?
No.
You want to?
You guys have already had this discussion in front of me. You guys can just
Okay.
say it.
So I'm just gonna put in now a little note that it is currently, we're 42 minutes in. This is about to be a Booksmart spoiler, so I will go in after we film this and I will say when to skip to, because I'm gonna spoil Booksmart.
Okay, just if you haven't seen Booksmart, then like, what are you doing? It came out like a year and a half ago.
It came out in late 2019.
It came out in July.
I thought it came out in like December. Oh my
No,
God.
because I saw it in theaters the day it opened.
It came out May 24th.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so yes, Booksmart spoiler starting now. It's just, the whole thing is, like, the whole plot line that the pizza delivery guy was a serial killer.
That was so stupid.
Like, where did that come from?
I thought it was funny, honestly.
And, like, I don't know. And then,
But like, I don't understand like why it needs to be realistic, you know?
because it's like, how many people are actually getting high off of powerful hallucinogenic drugs on a yacht?
Jas, a lot.
So maybe I should add the FBI to that warning. FBI, if you're listening, skip the Booksmart spoiler.
The area I live in,
How many people even own a yacht?
What?
How many people do you know that own a yacht?
Jas, when I worked at a restaurant, I had people call me there every single day asking if they could dock their yachts, if our dock was big enough to dock their yachts there.
Well, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, if you look around your friend group right now, okay?
My friend group?
Hey, you don't... Okay.
Guys, can we just disclaimer? Laurel lives in the Jersey Shore in a very white neighborhood.
I live literally in a rich white neighborhood in one of the most expensive states in the country.
Okay, then I'm gonna ask Jenna this question. Jenna, how many people do you know that own a yacht?
None, because I barely talk to white people.
And you guys don't live at the beach.
Well, normal people don't own yachts.
I'm not kidding, Jas. So many people where I live own yachts.
Because it's the Pacific Northwest. No, it's not.
I live in the Pacific Northwest.
That's like Washington.
I live in the Northeast.
You do. Anyway.
But you're saying your argument is that it's not realistic because of that, but I'm telling you that people own yachts. I may have broken onto a boat in my time. And
do you own a boat?
Do I own a boat? No.
Exactly.
I don't own a boat because I'm fucking broke. But if I was rich in this town that I live in, I would. The only reason I live in this town is because the house has been in my family for generations and is paid off.
I mean, period. Okay.
But if I was rich, I would definitely own a boat. I own boats, but not yachts.
Well,
like I have like small boats.
Everyone
own a boat.
You've seen Outer Banks? It's like that.
A Pogue life boat.
That is exactly what my town is like. It's like figure 8. So your argument about Booksmart is not valid.
It's just, and then like the serial killer, the whole graduation thing. Who's Jared?
I don't know who Jared is. I don't really remember, but
Jared.
I don't know. I just don't think like that your argument about Booksmart is good. Because like, do you think that 10 Things I Hate About You is a realistic movie?
It's a lot more realistic than Booksmart.
You think that 10 Things I Hate About You is more realistic than Booksmart?
I mean...
Yeah, you're just biased because you like that movie.
So then I could say you're biased because you like Booksmart.
It's okay for you. I don't even like Booksmart that much. It is okay for you to say that you just didn't like Booksmart, but you can't say it was unrealistic. And
I literally have never said that I disliked Booksmart.
But I feel like you do. I have only heard criticism about Booksmart from you.
I have given let me read you my Letterboxd review.
I am looking at your Letterboxd review. I don't need
right now. Let me pull this up for the audience.
Okay, but Jazz, you on your Letterboxd, the highest rated movie on your Letterboxd is Avengers Endgame. Is that realistic to you?
It is not. It's not the highest rated.
I have your shit organized from highest to lowest rating.
Yeah, and it goes in alphabetical order.
It's still in the highest rated.
Sort by.
Yeah, go ahead. Sort it by highest rated.
Okay, let me see.
Okay. You can go to my highest rated. I give everything 4 to 5 stars.
My highest rated movies are Avengers Endgame, The Hunger Games, The Nightmare Before Christmas, 10 Things I Hate About You, Catching Fire, Love, Simon, Crazy Rich Asians, Almost Famous, Love, Rosie, John Mulaney the Comeback Kid, and R5 All Day All Night.
And you think that all of those movies, let's take out John Mulaney, take out R5 All Day All Night because those are real, and take out Almost Famous because we talked about that. You think that all those movies are realistic?
For the plots that they're given, yes.
To be fair, Endgame, The Hunger Games, Catching Fire.
Hunger Games is realistic.
Those are all like science fantasy.
Yeah, I can't say, like if those are realistic, we have a problem.
Well, we do have a problem then because Hunger Games is a little realistic at this time.
I mean,
but I just don't understand how you can say that about Booksmart at all. Because, the only movie that I want to be realistic when I watch it is if it's a documentary. I don't go to the movies to see something realistic. I go to the movies to see something that I can enjoy. I have never said anything bad about Booksmart in terms of its enjoyability. But, I don't understand why you have to be like, oh yeah, Booksmart is good, but... because all I said was that one plotline felt unrealistic. Just watch the fucking movie. Maybe let me criticize films on my own. It just doesn't make sense to me. You can criticize films, but the book, I don't care about any of these other films on here. But that criticism does not make sense to me. Also, you gave Parasite 4.5 stars. Why not 5? I said it was really amazing, but the most thrilling part of the whole movie was when the son saw a ghost. This is not an argument you're gonna win. No, because we're both... There's no reason for these things to be put into genres. Genres should not exist. It doesn't make sense to me because so many things can have so many different elements. I'm trying to think of a good example. But Dallas Buyers Club, I don't think you've ever seen this, but it's a really good movie and it's a true story. Mm-hmm. But it also, most people would classify this as a drama. But it's really not. It has drama in it. It's a true story. It's about AIDS. But when you watch it, you don't feel like it's drama. You feel like you love these characters. It's funny. There's romance. I'm not watching it this is a drama. It can't be funny. It can't have this because I'm not watching it oh, this is a drama. I'm watching it this is a fucking movie. And as a writer... it makes me very angry. Exactly. We're looking at this from 2 different standpoints. I don't get it because because I write movies and when I write them, I don't want people to go in and be this, I'm writing one right now. It is about royalty and princes, whatever. But it has coming of age elements. It has romance elements. But I don't want someone to go and watch this movie as a coming of age movie and then be well, that's not realistic because it's set in a different time or because it has romance or because there's drama or because there's a sword fight. It still has coming of age elements. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, I get what you're saying. It's the fact of the matter that we're looking at this from two different standpoints.
Well, what are you looking at it from?
I don't know.
Well, then I don't understand your argument because you don't know what you're looking at it from. What standpoint are you looking at it from so that I can understand what you're saying?
The standpoint that my brain works in.
That doesn't even make sense. Like, what are you saying? Like, I just don't understand. Like, what do you think about when you go to see a movie?
I think, oh, okay, this movie, it's a horror movie, so I know I'm going to get scared. Now, I am watching this movie because I want to be scared by this movie.
I don't think that at all. When I see a movie, I think I'm seeing a movie. I understand what you're saying, but I just feel like that, I don't know, I just feel like that mindset deters people from seeing so many good movies, and it doesn't, like, it just makes me angry. I'm very passionate about movies.
You are. It's like arguing with a brick wall here.
Well, because it just is something that I just love so much, and because I have so many friends, like my friends in real life, that I've tried to get them to see so many good movies, and it's just so hard because they're like, well, I only like this kind of movie, and I'm like, just fucking watch it. You don't even know.
I'm not saying like, oh, I only watch romance movies. I only watch.
I'm not saying you're saying that, but it's just so frustrating to me that people like just think this way. I don't know how to explain it. I just think that your view on movies and like things should not be limited by a genre.
I'm not saying it's limited by a genre. It's just I literally, I had a criticism about a movie, and this is where we've ended up.
Because you said it was unrealistic because it was in the coming of age genre, and that didn't fit with the coming of age genre.
I said it was unrealistic because people don't get into cars with people don't go into cars with serial killers. Serial killers don't go, I could be a serial killer.
Tell that to Ted Bundy. Tell that to Ted fucking Bundy.
That's not what I meant.
Then what did you mean?
Okay, shut up for a second. Okay, I figured it out.
Okay.
What?
Laurel goes into movies with a writing standpoint, but Jas goes into movies with a marketing standpoint.
Oh, and would you look at that? Someone here wants to be a film writer, and someone here wants to be a marketer.
Okay, but I don't think you should be marketing movies because of their genre. Just market them for what they are, a great movie. Like, you don't need to be like, this coming of age story, like, it doesn't need to be defined by that. There's so many great things you can pull out of so many movies that could be marketed in so many different ways without limiting it to this one thing. Genres are dumb. It's basically the basis of my argument. I feel that way in movies. I feel that way in music, books, like anything. I just don't think anything should be confined to one category. Like at the Oscars, it's not best comedy, best drama, it's best picture.
I mean,
and that's that. And I think other award shows, they do have best comedy and best drama, and I don't like that at all. I think this is the best movie, and that's that. This is the best actor, and that's that. It's not like Brad Pitt is great in this drama, but fucking Matthew McConaughey's great in this comedy, so they can both be the best. No, it's well-rounded. This is the best. This was the best performance of the year, regardless of what it was. Just like Rami Malek, he played Freddie Mercury, and at the SAG Awards, he was nominated for Best Actor in a Musical or a Comedy. But then he won Best Actor at the Oscars, not in a musical or comedy, just Best Actor because that was the best performance. Not because it was musical, not because it was a comedy, because that was the best performance.
You're completely missing what I'm trying to say here.
Well, what are you trying to say?
Trying to say for months. I have literally never said that Booksmart is a bad movie.
I'm not saying you said Booksmart is a bad movie. I'm saying that you said it was unrealistic because you expected it to be coming of age.
Let me...
What are you so angrily clicking?
I'm re-finding exactly what I said. Okay, I can't even find what I said.
I know what you said. You said that it was a coming-of-age movie. And you expected it to be coming of age, and you didn't feel like it was relatable to a coming-of-age story because of the plot.
Because there's serial killers. There's bodies.
But why does it have to be a coming-of-age story is what I'm saying. Why can't it just be a story?
I don't know. Okay, can I just say I don't know and get over with it?
I mean, I just don't get it!
Because we've been sitting here and arguing for like 30 minutes.
You know what? Whoever's listening, please, in the comments, tell me your standpoint. Do you think genres are dumb? Do you think that movies should be confined to one spot? Let me know, because I am going crazy.
I didn't say that Booksmart or movies in general should be confined to one genre. I just said, from all like the critics' buzz you heard about it, everything you heard about this movie was that it was a perfect, realistic, coming-of-age movie. And I didn't feel that way.
Well, why are you reading what the critics say? Just watch it for yourself.
Because I like reading what the critics say.
So read it after you see the movie.
But I actively watch my local news station, and they have a movie critic on there. So what am I supposed to do? Every time he comes on, I should just mute the TV and walk away?
I mean, yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, don't read the review before you go to the movie so that you don't have a thought about it and you can review it for yourself.
Well, that's all the time we have this week.
Yeah, so...
Literally. We're an hour and 10 minutes in.
The reason this started was because Olivia Wilde directed Don't Worry, Darling, and also Booksmart. So, shout out to Olivia Wilde. I got your back, girl.
I'm
kidding.
Booksmart was a fantastic movie. Olivia Wilde, you did a fantastic job on Booksmart.
Olivia Wilde, I would love to work with you.
Hire Laurel, please. Get her out of my life. Just...
Fuck you. Anyway, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Hope you enjoyed this. Please leave some comments below. You can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at incoming.podcast. You can follow our personal Instagrams. They will be linked in the description below. And you can also shop at mine and Jazz's store. I sell t-shirts, and Jazz sells earrings and stickers and things like that. So those will all be linked down in the description. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye. Bye.